Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to start a new settlement build at Sanctuary. Sorry, got a bit carried away. Let's get building. So welcome back to the channel, it's Gaming for XP. We're at Sanctuary today, as you might have gathered by the intro. And I've got an idea for a build that I wanted to do down on the river here. We have done a number of elements on the river here, but today I want to do something that I've wanted to do for a while and put a whole lot of different builds together. So we'll just clean up the river here. I'm not going to make you watch all the cleanup. There we go. All nice and tidy now. So it's important that you get as much out of the way as possible. And the main idea for this build is influenced by some of the builds I've been doing at Nordhagen, and the fact that people seem to enjoy the builds that I've done on the river here. I've done a little water purifier system just to my right, and quick builds, and we've done several builds down here in Sanctuary on the river. So what I'm going to build today is I'm going to build a little docks area, little industrial area, with some retail shops. And then I think what we will do, once we get that all complete, and it will take a couple of videos to do that, I may then build in the area I'm standing in now and have some little cottages and a whole little settlement. So I hope you enjoy this. It's a great lot of fun, and it certainly is themed loosely around Far Harbour docks, but I do improvise a little bit too and build some of my own designs. So we're just getting the entranceway sorted out here for now. I'm going to use this junk fence here, drop it in, maybe in a minute, possibly. Let's go. The people have got things to do. Come on, let's get this in. And then what we'll do is we'll put the main foundation down and start doing some building. Up we go. Important that you get this kind of central to the boardwalk. There we go, that's it. Up we go. Pull it a little bit forward until it goes green. There we go, cool. Feel like glitching for the win. And be very particular apparently about it. There we go. Come on. So it did fight me a little bit this, but we get it in eventually. I'm going to have a quick drink of coffee, I think, while we're waiting. Here we go. Sweet, sweet coffee. Love it. Okay, stairs in. And there's just a little bit of a gap, so I'm going to put these in just so you can step up there. There we go. And now we need to put our main foundation in. Just do the anti-shimmer trick. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we might need to put a couple of walls either side of that. I'm going to use these long, tall junk fences, but there's a flat one here somewhere. There it is. And these are pretty soft. They're nice. They generally will just drop in and snap in pretty nicely. Now, use this one that's flat as opposed to the other one, because the other one's got a bit of a curve. And these should just ease themselves into place. About there, yep. I'm just going to make them slightly level with the entrance. This is a case of manoeuvring it into place. There we go. Like I said, and they're pretty nice. They sink nicely down into the ground, which is good. Up we go. Cool. There we go. Nice. Entranceway done. Tick. Okay, so we need to get some foundation pieces, and I'm using these pieces from Port Royal, and I'm not going to bore you with putting a whole lot of floor down, but you can see there's quite a big area here to work with, or at least it seems like there's a big area, but it actually in the end I expected to get more buildings in here. I do alright though. I'd love to do a building, maybe Spectacle Island's the right place, where we just do a huge dock area, but this is suffice for now. So we're going to use these walls from Workshop Rearranged, and we'll just make a square box pretty much, and there we go. So if you want to see more of this kind of building, I've been doing a live stream at Nordhagen for the last probably 7 or 8 weeks. It's getting near completion now, so I will be putting the tour when we get to that point up on the channel. But a lot of that building for that settlement is very much nautical stroke coastal in influence. Nordhagen is we renamed it Stonehagen because the theme for the settlement down there is a little commune, and I certainly just the weekend gone built these couple of buildings that I'm going to do in this video, and I loved the look of it so much. I was inspired to come back to Sanctuary, and Sanctuary's been one of those places that I've been using for just doing videos on the channel as far as, and then kind of just a building settlement as such. I haven't actually made a settlement. So here we're using Place Anywhere, and we're going to scale it down 2 steps and plop it in there, and it should just clip in there. Now something weird happens here because we scale it down the same for some reason, and when I drop it in it looks smaller. Watch this. See, it sinks into that, and it's that I've built this a couple of times now and it does the same thing every time. Not sure what's going on there, but it really doesn't matter. And we have a bit of a gap that we've got to take care of there, but we should be good. See, see, when I scale it down one more, it's too small. So after some major faffing, we basically came back to the spot we were before, so I've cut that bit out. So we're just going to drop a diner canter in here. Unfortunately though, it's just a fraction too small, so again I'm going to use Place Anywhere just to scale that up a couple of places. There we go. And I did make a mistake in saying that I scaled those archways up 2. I only scaled them up 1, so there you go, and now it fits nicely into that gap. There we go. And if you've done or if you have the Fallout, the Far Harbor, not the Fallout, the Far Harbor DLC, this building and the next building will look very familiar to you. So if you do have an ambition or a want to try and build or replicate some of the buildings at Far Harbor, keep watching. Like I said, the first couple are pretty much copies of what goes on at Far Harbor, although I do improvise a little bit in the way that they look, and then I start to do my own designs, and probably in video too. So I'm just going to put that post in there, and as you can see it fits in there. Actually we don't even know that that's a post in there. Just fills in that gap nicely. So we'll now add a few bits and pieces into this little building, and then we'll move on to the next one. So I might give you some music while we're doing this. So if you watched the video I put out last week on Players Workshop or the Settlement Workshop, this is just maybe a different way and give you an idea how to do this. But your workshop can look however you like, and this is another way that you could implement your workshop into your settlement by making a little building like this. So it's just a thought that I had while I was watching the footage. So we're pretty cool. So done and dusted. We've got a little bit more decoration to do in there, but essentially we're done for now. So let's go on to building number 2, uno, deux. And I'm going to use the barn walls for this, but I'm going to use the ones, and these come with workshop rearranged, and I think also USO has these reskinned walls for the barn. They're kind of white wash, if you like, and they fit perfectly for this building. Unfortunately, this piece was being a bit of a knob. I don't know why, but there we go. Eventually, see, it's going, but it's facing the wrong way, so I need to fix that. But anyway, come on, spin around. Thank you. There we go. All good. So it's a little trick that you can try if you need to get that to work. Just have something to clip for it to clip off. And this building here has quite a unique roof, which I have to do a little bit of improvising to get it right in. Tried to build this at Nordhagen. Unfortunately, the area I had to build in wasn't quite big enough for me to build exactly what I wanted here. So, hence why I'm building it here properly. Because if you go to Far Harbour and you have a look at Far Harbour, a lot of the buildings that they've built there are not standard with the building items that we have. And if the diner canter is a good example of that, where I had to scale it up, and the same here. So I'm going to put that second roof piece in, put this arch up in there, and it should just snap right straight, there we go, just like that. And then I'm going to have a roof coming, so no, I don't need that one, thank you. I'm going to put a roof coming back the other way as a return, and then put that arch in there. So that should just snap on now. There we go, just like that. Right on cue, and that will snap in there. Nice. Now, if we run back and have a look at the roof, you can see, look at that, and it actually looks, it's not completely spot on, but it's close enough to for what I was looking for. So those smaller pieces should just snap right under those arches there, quite comfortably. We might put that a window in there, like that, and then we'll just put a plain one in there. There we go, and then just a full wall down there. Now, when I first built this, I didn't have this issue, but for some reason, when I built this building this time, I had some clipping issues with these walls. These walls will usually just drop straight in, and I think it may be because I think the way to get around it is to drop these in before you put the roof on that building in front of me, and you shouldn't have this problem. Anyway, we'll get there. It's not too much of a drama to fix. So what I contemplate doing here is just seeing if this will snap in. Eventually, I think I have to use Place Anywhere. And I think eventually as well, what I do is I end up just putting one wall in and using that existing wall there as the second wall, and not worrying about it too much. There you go, clip that like that, and you can see it like it clips through the wall for some reason, and I was hoping this might snap, but it doesn't. I'm just checking whether that's clipped through the other side. Seems to be okay. So if you're going to do this, like I said, take the roof off. Don't do the roof first. You could do this, of course, and just stick a couple of these smaller ones in. And it just fills that gap in up the top. There we go, just like that. So the next part is to go and get these arches that we've already used. Now this time you do not have to rescale them, and the reason for that is, and if you've used the barn or the warehouse tab in the past, you understand that these walls are a little bit taller, and so this will fit nicely eventually. Come on, straight underneath there, it should fit. Size wise it's perfect, so we'll snap that in. It will go eventually. Oh, the walls of building and Fallout. Come on, you know you want to go in there. There we go. And you can see it's the perfect size. And then we just snap 1 and 2 onto there. So there we go. Perfect. All good. Now that odd shaped roof will cause some issues later, but we'll get to that. And yeah, I don't know what it is with Fallout with me. Roofs are not my friend. So I was going to put a roof on there, and then suddenly had a light bulb moment and said, you know what, why don't we build a second story on here, which is a usable second story. So we're back in Snappy House Kits. I'm going to drop these windows on. And I'm very conscious when I'm doing this kind of stuff is to try and get it all to sort of match in. And you can see those are white windows there, and we're using a kind of washed white barn wall, and so it all kind of blends. When I built this building previously, I was trying to use all different materials, and it just in the end I ripped them out and redone them because it just wasn't working. So making it simple, there's a lot to be said for just keeping it reasonably simple and straightforward. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to put these walls in. I wanted to have a bit of a derelict look about it, a bit of a worn look about it. I don't want it to be absolutely perfect, hence there's some holes and whatnot in the wall. We might put a window or something in there. There we go. Cool. So far so good. So I've got that weird roof. Maybe put some floors in next. Yeah, not those ones. That'll do. Snap some floors off. There you go. And I think we'll put some stairs in that corner there. And make a second level, a usable second level. Okay, what next? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to find there's these specific, not that one. That's half the drama when you're building, is to try and remember where the items are, and I'm in completely the wrong menu. There they are. I just need to scroll along a bit. And as you can see with the Snappy House Kits, it has just got so much to offer you as a builder. So much so as you forget where things are. There we go. That's nice. That'll work. Yep. All good. So we need to put some floors in. There we go. That will all work nicely. We're getting to the end. This is just really, today is really just building, getting the foundation down and building a couple of places. You're not going to see them decorated straight away, but hopefully it's given you some ideas on how to build something that looks a little bit different. I think this building looks quite unique, and like I said, if you go into Far Harbor, you'll see it's, if you do pay a lot of attention to how they build things in the game, there's a lot of non-standard buildings. Now I apologise, it does start to get a little bit dark. We're going to do the last part of the roof here, and then we're going to finish up for the day. So we'll just get a wall, snap a wall on here, so we can snap that roof on. There we go. So one of the biggest challenges, I guess, is when you do something like this, which is a non-standard roof, then it looks good, yeah, but it's going to give you some headaches down the track. So just be aware of that you're going to have to do a fair bit of troubleshooting to get that roof right. So we'll put a window up there, and we'll snap a roof on, and this should fit reasonably, yeah, snugly. There we go, nice. There we go. And then I'm going to use those end caps up the top. Where is it? So that it should want an open end, and then yeah, that one. Yep. Clip that in. Clip that on the other side. There we go. And now we've got this huge gap that we've got to figure out, and that's what takes me a long time to kind of sort out here. There's a lot of pieces in that I've had in the warehouse and the barn tab, roof pieces that I've never ever used before, and so I'll get an opportunity to use them now. I don't get this perfect, but it really is a work in progress. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed part one as we put the last part in. Long way to go on this project. Please tune in for the second part, and we will catch you next time.